A first DUI in California does carry a potential jail range on paper, and that number is what scares most people. But there is a real gap between what the statute allows and what courts typically do. For most first offenders with no aggravating factors, the realistic outcome involves little or no actual jail time. Understanding that gap is the first thing worth knowing. The main reason most first offenders avoid significant custody is probation. Instead of sending someone to jail, the court grants probation and attaches conditions: completing an alcohol education program, paying fines, and following other requirements. Those conditions are real consequences, but they let most first-time defendants keep their jobs and their lives. Probation is the framework courts use to hold people accountable without putting them behind bars. Certain facts genuinely push a case toward real custody exposure. A very high blood alcohol level, refusing a chemical test, causing an accident, injuring someone, excessive speed, or having a child in the vehicle can all change the picture significantly. If any of those apply to your situation, your realistic outlook and your defense strategy both shift. Knowing which factors are in play helps replace vague worry with a concrete understanding of what you are actually facing. Even when some custody is on the table, many California counties offer alternatives to sitting in a traditional jail cell. Work release programs let you report for supervised community work instead. Sheriff's work alternative programs serve a similar purpose. Community service is another option. These alternatives are designed to satisfy the sentence while letting people continue working and caring for their families. The single biggest factor in jail exposure is often the charge itself. A reduction from a DUI to a wet reckless, which is a reckless driving conviction, typically reduces or eliminates custody risk. Getting there requires that the evidence support the reduction and that someone actually pushes for it. A defense that challenges the stop, the field sobriety tests, or the chemical test result creates the leverage to negotiate a better charge, and a better charge can mean the difference between any jail risk at all and none. It may seem odd to connect the DMV deadline to the jail question, but they are linked through how early and how seriously the case is handled. You have 10 days from arrest to request a DMV hearing, and acting in that window also starts the process of reviewing the evidence, building a defense, and creating the mitigation that keeps custody off the table. Cases that drift where no hearing is requested, nothing is challenged, and the charge is accepted as filed, tend to end worse on every front, including the jail question. Treating the case as defensible from day one is itself part of minimizing your exposure. For most first offenders, serious jail time is unlikely, but the facts of your specific case matter, and acting early gives you the best realistic path forward. I'm Joel Brand, a California DUI lawyer. This is general information, not legal advice. If you want a free written case analysis, it is at DUI.guru.